think I saw a lot, but when I think about it, I think what an incredible ride it's been. What an amazing opportunity for someone as a young kid growing up to work with so many amazing people, from some incredible owners, businessmen and women, down to the amazing men and women from the design, engineering, boat building, construction, and then of course the incredible athletes. And to be able to do that with different teams, so not just one team, Australian team, American team, Italian team, I say that it's better to be lucky than good, because honestly, I feel like I was lucky that I got to work with certain people, and also the time, because when I started my first America's Cup, we were a very young team. But the boats were in, let's say, a normal monohull boat with a keel and the rudder. They were heavy and they were not very fast. But the technology slowly started to get better. And I think the last America's Cup, with the version 5 America's Cup, the boats had good technology, but they didn't have the, let's say, the speed or the risk that people, I guess, are used to in other sports, in the very top of sports. So that was really fascinating to have that first part be in the monohull version 5 boats. But then to be involved in the trimaran, the big, huge multi-hulls, the AC-72, the foiling catamaran in San Francisco, the 50-foot AC-50 in Bermuda, fully foiling, and now obviously the last 2 campaigns of foiling monohulls. I mean, if someone told me when I started, at 19, that this is what the future will look like. The boats will be flying and there will be a big wing powering them, I would think they are crazy. But so it's just, again, that's why I think I'm so lucky and fortunate, because to pick 25 years, a period to be in the America's Cup, I think I got the perfect period, because I got to experience what was, the standard monohull, and then I got to do all of this new technology and the new ride, and for me, I was just incredibly fortunate and lucky. I think what I've really seen change is the technology. I think, when I started, there was no way to really, let's say, practice when you were not on the water. So if you wanted to train and to get better, you had to get on the boat and go sailing. At that stage, we weren't using cameras to record the training. We were not using microphones to record the conversations between the tactician and the helmsman and the trimmers, etc. It was, you would just go out, and there was no YouTube, or you could go and watch old videotapes of America's Cup races. But that was a big difference, because all of a sudden we got to a period as technology was growing where you really had the ability to train on the shore, in terms of simulators, in terms of onboard cameras, in terms of microphones recording what you're saying, what your competitors are saying, your teammates are saying. So as someone in my role as a helmsman, you could train. You had all of this huge, let's say, tool of material that wasn't there at the beginning. And for example, if I look at now, where we finish now, I mean, we have a simulator. We can go and practice every maneuver. If we want to talk about a tactical situation or a pre-start, we can do hundreds of pre-starts, and we can stop and we can do a small part. We can say, let's practice just the entry, or just the top mark, or just the final 10 seconds of the start. We can stop it and we can do that again and again and again. In the past, you couldn't do that. You actually had to wait for a race to learn those lessons. And so then it was much more, let's say, instinctive, and you had to build your own, what I call playbook, your own book of moves and strategies of what you would do. And that was, I really enjoyed that, because that was fun, but also I enjoy now because it's, I think it allows not a shortcut, but it allows the level of competition to be for all the athletes to really get to the higher level. If you have to do it all via going through racing and on the water, that it takes more time. And now when I look at the young sailors today, the guys and girls who are, let's say, helmsmen, they are so dedicated, and they understand technology. They understand how to use that to make themselves a better helmsman or a helmswoman. And so that's the big change for me.